All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We're good. 185. Express.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A big pickup of 38.
What now? You ready? 50. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check out Reed. Jack.
Smith trying to run for it. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Returnable for Grant. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Smith running right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Here's Carr to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Right and one.
To throw is Carr. His throw incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Bravo.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Here we go, D.
On first down, Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On second down, here's Smith. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, after those first two drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now a give, right side. Jackson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
I got you.
Mahomes now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Watch the safety crate. 57, 57.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a second and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
7:34. Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
6:37.
From the gun, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And
that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes...
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Tremont Smith. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now, first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Jackson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me.
They go play action. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Cleveland Farrell in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hey, check, Mike, 47. Yellow.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Here we go. Get set. Here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And an alley to run. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus.
Operating from the gun, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
45, 45. Hey, dude.
To throw again on second down. Carr. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
They're on 17.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this time Mahomes will throw. And going deep for Hill. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Carr now on 1st down. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Carr now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion, and another 1st and 10 here. Shotgun now for Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
694. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Hey, exit. 45. 45. Mike, 45.
Carr going to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Raider 2. Hey, watch it. Watch Express.
Hey, Alpha. We got double up.
Check.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. It's Hill. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jackson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
On the line,
They run again with Jackson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman. Touchdown number 15 of the year as they are able to cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. That he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. A first down carry for Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
45 is the mic. 29. 29.
From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to Smith. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Room here to run. But he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point up and through. And the lead is down to a field goal. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
We got this.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Nick Nelson, who played his college ball at Wisconsin, had the tackle.
2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Yellow. Check. 47. I'm going.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Hey, yo, go. Check 6 down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. 3rd down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Carr. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Jackson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. On first down, Jackson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They begin with a run by Smith. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Smith, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Foot down. 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
Coming this way, coming this way.
93. Smooth. 45. Mike, 45.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
45. That's it.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, I 7. 45, check Mike, 45.
Watch the slant. 45, Mike, 45. Switch. 45's the Mike, 45's the Mike.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Jackson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. That'll be complete to Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Back to throw, Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Now in desperation. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for KC. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Leads to 2nd
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. One final try for Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining